Back live tonight, Joan in Focus, and thank you for coming on. Let's look at this now. The ANC Moses Mabhida region is mourning the murder of Councillor Mzwandile Shandu, who was killed by unknown gunmen today. Shandu survived an attempt on his life a few weeks ago. Political killings continue unabated in KwaZulu-Natal. For more on that conversation, we're joined now by the provincial ANC spokesperson, Mafika Mndebele. Mafika, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. Condolences to the party on the loss of your member. At this particular time, maybe let me allow you first to give us your thoughts on this incident and what has just occurred.
No, evening to you and your listeners. First and foremost, the African National Congress would like to dip its revolutionary banner in honor of Comrade Shandu. While he lived, he was one of our best councillors who have executed his task and who was committed to the mission of ensuring that we resolve the plight of our people and we bring service to our people. As the African National Congress, of course, we are deeply concerned about a number of killings in KwaZulu-Natal. However, as we have said over a number of platforms, that not all killings should be viewed as political killings. We must be able to allow law enforcement agencies to investigate and come out with what you call with fact over a particular matter. However, as the ANC, we have now came out strongly against this, and what we have seen and what is now working for us in the province is to ensure that we involve our community in ensuring that we arrest this particular issue.
Yeah.
The last two killings in the province have demonstrated to us quite eloquently that when we involve our community, we are able to arrest such matters. We, of course, want to send condolences to members of the family and to the African National Congress, and would like to make a call that our members of community must work with us to bring information and ensure that we are able to send a strong message to these killers.
So the statement saying that this is happening a few weeks after there was a failed attempt on his life previously. What were the circumstances surrounding that attempt?
Definitely, there was a failed attempt where there was a shooting involving him. It was reported to us as an African National Congress. It was reported to the state. We then had to activate and request the police services to do or to speed up threat analysis, because you will understand that for our councillors to be accorded protection, there must have been a threat analysis, and then we must then raise the thing to the municipality. Unfortunately, these killings comes after or shortly before such threat analysis was done and concluded, so that necessary intervention would have been employed.
Yeah. So you're saying at the time now of this latest shooting, the councillor was under no protection at all from law enforcement agencies?
Definitely, and our concern as the ANC is that and we will very soon convene the national minister and then to try and raise this. Threat analysis done by police services take too long. And sometimes when those reports come in to say, no, you can now protect such and such individual, it is what you call, sometimes it's quite too late. But remember, these laws are put in place to ensure that we do not abuse what you call the state purse, so that we have personal bodyguards and so forth and so on. So while we understand that, What as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal we are now calling for is that we must ensure that such processes are speed up so that we are able to protect the life of our valued, councillors.
The councillor, was he working on particular sensitive matters that could have created enemies for himself that would have wanted him out of that particular position, as far as you know?
Definitely, as it relates to an environment he was working on, it was not that sensitive. We do not want to speculate for now as the ANC. I think it would be reckless for us to do that. But there has been certain information that have been given to us, which we have then related to police, and then we hope that they will follow it and investigate fully. But it will be reckless for us to then go to national television and proclaim such information without it being verified by law enforcement agents.
Just earlier this month, Police Minister Beyicelo was holding a briefing there in KwaZulu-Natal saying that 103 officials working in municipalities as office bearers and political office were killed in KwaZulu-Natal alone. Is there something that is peculiar and particular in the province that would lead to those kinds of numbers?
Look, the ANC have followed, and you are quite correct. The ANC have interacted with that particular matter. And our view as the ANC is that, firstly, there should be a provincial cleansing ceremony in KwaZulu-Natal where all political parties, religious bodies, traditional leaders, and what you call Izinyanga will all come together and perform. And we have suggested that there is no one capable other than President Jacob Zuma to deal with that party, to lead that particular ceremony. But it will require all political parties to come in. But beyond that, it will require all political parties to sign in a charter where we will all commit ourselves on what we say. Because some of the killings are provoked by what we say as leaders, and our followers on the ground begin to act violently. If we are seen speaking one language as leaders, if we are seen reaching out to each other, able to speak cordially, we will be able to arrest this particular matter. But above that, the provincial government in KwaZulu-Natal have been given about 110 million in addition to the money allocated by the provincial national government to ensure that we buy new vehicles, and then we put in high technology cameras to arrest this particular matter, but also to work with the community organization and community policing forum. Because we have seen, for example, that when, for example, the last councillor was killed in the same Umgungundlovu district or Moses Mabhida region, there was quite a well-coordinated program by community to ensure that those responsible were caught, and then we have seen that also in Guanongong. So our communities play a very significant role. But outside that, the third intervention that we have made now as a provincial government is to have Izimbizo. And this Izimbizo is where we go to area by area, speak about this particular crime and political killings, and then our communities on those Izimbizos are able to avail valuable information, and we are seeing it working. The fourth intervention, of course, is that of a specialized team that is led by, that is availed by the national department through the Minister Beyicelo. We commend the work of that specialized tax team. They are able to act and act decisively. They are now arrested in KwaZulu-Natal, and together working with our community, we are going to close a space for community killing on this killing, and we are going to ensure that we create KwaZulu-Natal that is crime-free. We are going to ensure that we live through our slogan, which is KwaZulu-Natal Alfawa Libuya Notaga. We must ensure that our province is a safe province for everyone, and we must make killings in KwaZulu-Natal a thing of the past But this will not require the ANC government alone. It will require all political parties, all faith-based organizations, and our communities to work together and ensure that we arrest this particular matter.
Mafika, I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on, speaking on behalf of the African National Congress in the KwaZulu-Natal province, Mafika Mndebele.